Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chic. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. The talk in today's video is so amazing. I truly do love this video. Recording it, talking about it actually has really helped me. So I hope that it does the same for you along your journey. And as always, make sure you comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let's chit chat. Let's discuss it. And you can always follow me on my socials and DM me. I do want to meet you guys, like I always say, talk to you guys and, build that relationship. Also, I do want to say thank you so much for the 110 subscribers. Like, what? That's amazing. So soon we are definitely going to do a celebration video for that. But anyways, let's tune into today's video. Okay, so today I want to talk about dealing with adversity. Adversity is difficulties or misfortune. And currently in my life, I am going through that right now. And I felt like it's the perfect time to talk about it because I think it will help guide you with whatever you're going through. Now, you can deal with adversity in many ways. You can deal with it within your own home or to your day-to-day life when you're at work or you're hanging out with friends or wherever the situation is. A lot of people do deal with this, and sometimes not knowing how to handle these certain situations, it can be uncomfortable, and I feel like talking about it is going to help us both in a sense. Now, why I feel like a lot of us are going through this right now, I think it's because God is simply just preparing us to get ready to live in our answered prayers. And me personally, myself, I found myself questioning myself, like, why is all of this happening? Why are people treating me this way? Why am I always in these kind of certain situations? Like, is it me? What am I doing wrong? And that's not really the case. It's simply you being you is what is making people uncomfortable. You being the beautiful person that you are, you being the kind person that you are, you being just a kind spirit and the light within this dark world is what's irritating people. And I found myself, I'm like, well, God, like, I don't bother anybody. I just deal with myself. I say to myself, I handle my business. Like, I just don't see why this stuff is going on. And God was just like, you prayed for such a big thing, and I have to prepare you for that, because what you prayed for, it comes with a lot of responsibilities, and it brings a lot of attention to you, and people are going to be upset of like you having something that they've prayed for. So I have to put you in these certain situations to, one, test your character to see if you really are ready, if you really are ready for the things that you pray for, if you really are ready to be that woman or that man you've been praying to be. And to get there, it isn't going to be a pretty process, because when you're in that answered prayer, people are going to be throwing everything at you. And if it's so easy for you to break character, you're not meant to be there. So that's one reason why I have to do these uncomfortable things and put you in these weird situations and put you in these situations to test your character. The other reason is God could just be simply showing you who is supposed to be around you and who isn't supposed to be around you. So whether, say, if you are dealing with adversity in a friendship and you're not understanding why your friend is always acting a certain type of way towards you or being shady towards you, it's simply because God is just showing you, hey, like, this person isn't meant to be with you when you step into this next chapter. Or even if it's in a relationship, like, hey, your partner could be jealous of you in a certain way, or could be hindering you from actually stepping into your chapter. So I have to put you through these things to test, to see, like, if you're willing to fully trust me, and if you're willing to lose these people that you think that, care about you. And then the other reason why I feel like God puts us through these situations is because, like I said, you simply being you is what is irritating people. People never want to see you doing better than them. And like you said, well, like I just said, you don't bother anybody. You stay to yourself. You just mind your business. And it's not you that's the problem. It's the other person that's the problem. And with you just genuinely being you, it irritates them because it's like a reflection of something that they aren't willing to face within themselves. Whether it's like they're upset about your confidence, or they're upset about your beauty, or they're upset about how happy you are, or they're just simply upset that you handle things with such grace. Like, why is this girl always going through certain situations, but she's quick to stand back up on her feet? Or why is this girl always attracting um these many people and so many people love her and this and that? Or who does she think she is, or who does he think he is? And you just being you irritates them because they don't have um that ability to deal with things with grace the way you do. When something happens within their life, it probably really, hits them hard, and it makes them fall into habits or routines that they don't know how to handle. Or you just being beautiful may irritate them because they may be beautiful themselves, but they don't have that confidence that you do. So the confidence that you have within your beauty can irritate them. So it's not us who is the problem. And it's not necessarily them who is the problem. It's just all about, honestly, that is a tricky one, because I think I'm still trying to get my answer on that one, because it's like, okay, if I'm not the problem, and you can't really put the problem on them because you can't be quick to blame somebody. But so we don't really know the answer, so we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to skip that one. Okay, so now I'm going to put the Indian healing clay mask on my face, and then we're going to do a hydration mask, and then yeah. But now that we discussed the reasons why we may be facing adversity, I would like to talk about how I was really letting it take a toll on me mentally, emotionally, and kind of just throughout like my day-to-day task. I'm not all the way there yet with not letting this weigh me down, but honestly, talking about it right now is making it better. But yes, so how I was letting adversity take a toll on me was, I felt like, okay, I am not a confrontational person. I really do not like drama. I really don't like the rah rah stuff. Like, it's just not my cup of tea. If I need to go there, I will go there. But girl, we are too pretty for that. Like, I'm grown. Like, I really don't have time for that. Like, I am really in the chapter within my life, and I'm always going to be in this chapter of wanting peace, and especially internal peace. So, with me not being a confrontational person, I was just like, you know what? This is too much for me. Like, I just, you know what? Let me just kind of go back into my shell. Let me just hide myself. Let me just hinder my light, because all of this attention that's coming towards me, and all of this hate, and all of this evil eye that's coming towards me, it's too much. So then I, did that for a while, and I do have my moments, but with me praying and me talking to God, he was simply telling me that you cannot let these people stop you from being who I made you to be. And also, with you hindering your light, you're not necessarily hindering just your light, but now you're taking on their problems, and you're carrying it with you. Because Before, you were totally okay with just being unapologetic. Before, you were okay with just being you. And excuse me, y'all, a little nervous. But yes, but yes, hold on. But before, you were just living life and you were unapologetically just being you. And now that they projected their hate on you, their lack of confidence on you, and projected this evil eye on you, with you hindering yourself and with you taking a step back, now you're carrying your own problems in theirs. So it's like now, of course, you're going to feel, you know, more heavy and not wanting to deal with anything. And that's not okay. And so then I was like, okay, God, so what do I do? Because I just can't keep dealing with this. I can't keep dealing with this hate and people being mad at me for just being me. And, just all of this people trying to get me out of my character. Like, what do you want me to do? And God was like, you just need to do you. Continue showing up. And don't just show up because you're trying to, fight fire with fire. Because I did. I was like, well, if I start showing up fully, am I low key trying to irritate them? Am I low key really just trying to ignite the fire? And God was like, girl, you doing too much. Like, you don't need to think about all of that. You need to simply show up because I need you to show up. You need yourself to show up, because when you're not fully showing up for yourself and you're not doing the things that you told yourself that you wanted to do, and you're not being the Zaria that you know that you are, it's going to make you sad. You're going to be miserable. And then you're going to be letting their misery rub all over you. And now y'all are just miserable together, because misery loves company. So God was like, just show up, and all that other stuff, you're going to leave it to me. And I was like, okay, because God, God, God got them hands. God don't be playing. So I was like, okay, you know what? That's all I can do is just show up. And it's not easy. It's still not easy, because you're still going to deal with people being mad that you're on your shit. Like, people are really going to be mad that you're on your stuff, and that because with you actually being intentional and being on your stuff, and then you have God support behind you, girl, do you know how amazing you are? And do you know how protected you are? And do you know how much you can attract and manifest moving like that? Like, girl, you're dangerous in a good way, but dangerous in a bad way to them, because they look at everything as a competition, and as everything as a competition. And that's why I was feeling the way I was feeling. I was like, well, if I show up, then it's just going to be too much, and it's just going to bring on more stuff. But it's because I was letting their projections get into my mind, thinking I would be feeding into this underlying competition that they set between us that's non-existent. Because at the end of the day, there's no competition, because I simply am me. You can never be me. That person can never be you. I can never be them, because we just weren't made the same. You get what I'm saying? So competition really doesn't exist. It's so true when they say the only competition is yourself, because at the end of the day, you only deal with your own internal things for the most part, and wanting to alter those things and wanting to make them better. So God was just like, all of that stuff doesn't matter. Like, you just need to be you, and it is gonna get more uncomfortable, but it's not going to stay like that, because once you fully show up as you and you fully stay true to yourself, and I'm doing my part, you're not going to be in that situation any longer. Like you're gonna be on the next level, and their hate and their evil eye and their sadness and misery is not going to be able to touch you because you did your part. You didn't fight fire with fight. You didn't let them get you out of character. You didn't give up. You didn't um, lose your faith in me. You kept fighting. And that's all I needed you to do. And then another thing that I was doing was I found myself, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? And when you speak like that, you train your mind to become the victim, and now you're living in a victim mentality, and living within that mentality is very low vibrational. So it keeps you down there with that low vibrational energy. So God was like, you need to stop saying why me and start saying, thank you, God, for allowing me to go through this situation, because now I know who is on my side. Thank you, God, for allowing me to go through this situation, because now I know how to handle this situation in the future if it comes again. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see that this person isn't my friend, or my boyfriend isn't the person I need to be with, or my girlfriend isn't the person I need to be with, or just thank him. And thinking like that honestly has helped me a lot. And I am going to continue thinking like that because I know it's going to help me to have more grace when I'm dealing with situations like this, and help me to not take these situations too hard, because like we talked about, it has nothing to do with me. And I don't need to live within that why me mentality, because why not me? You get what I'm saying? Like, I am beautiful, I'm smart, I am kind, I am successful, I am wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm divine, like I'm God's favorite child. You get what I'm saying? So my life is full of love and laughter and traveling, and I'm not going to be letting anyone take away the light that God has given me. No more. So thank you, God, for allowing me to go through these situations, because now I know once I continue to grow, or even where I'm currently am, I know how to protect my circle. I know how to protect me. I know who to let in my circle. I know who to take out of my circle. You know, like just changing my mindset is actually helping me a lot deal with adversity within this world. So now let's talk about where we go from here. And honestly, I think the answer is to continue to pour into your own cup, to continue to be there for yourself, continue to honor your feelings, continue to allow yourself to feel your feelings, and to continue just staying close to God and keep showing up for you. You may trip because we never fall, and that's okay. If you trip, it's okay. Take a little second, tie your shoe, dust it off, say a little prayer while you're down there, and God's going to help pick you back up. But it's important to lock in with yourself at this time. Sit with yourself, figure out what you want to do, figure out how you want to show up in the world, figure out who you truly want to be, figure out, how you want to feel when you wake up and you're out in the world doing your day-to-day things. Figure out how you want to look and how you want to dress, and the habits you want to create, the routines you want to create, and focus on that, and literally put your foot on the pedal and go heavy. That doesn't mean you need to rush the process, because it's important, because that's my thing too. I'm like, okay, we get on it, we is tackling these things, like we is just going, we going, and then next thing you know, like this face mask is moving. It's like my face is falling off. Yes, I'm going heavy on the metal, going 100 miles per hour, and the next thing you know, I am tired, and then I'm done, and then like I'm down for like a good 2 weeks, and then I go into my little, sadness hole and everything like that. But that's not what life is about. It's truly about just showing up each and every day, doing the things that you know you need to do, being intentional, still live life, still have fun, still make smart decisions, you know what I'm saying? But it's not to rush it. So, yes, girl, just keep going. Yes, girl, keep going. You got this. Continue to pray over yourself. Continue to stay true to yourself. Continue to just let people be who they are. Do not let them get you out of your character. Do not fail this test that God is putting us through right now. Do not get out your character. Do not fight fire with fire. And do not allow yourself to hide within your light. Stand fully in your light, fully embrace yourself, and all that other stuff, leave God to it. When someone is coming at you with a rah, 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 now my thing is, as long as they ain't touching me, we's Gucci. You get what I'm saying? But it's never gonna get that to that situation. You get what I'm saying? But let people rah rah at you. Let people even, just talk about you, look at you weird, look at you crazy, girl. At least they looking and they thinking about you. And then now all you can do is take that energy and make it into something better. Your best revenge is your paper. Your best revenge is your looks. Your best revenge is your peace. Literally. Well, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that this video did bring clarity to your situation, and I hope it also let you know that you aren't alone. And I hope it reminded you to get on your stuff and to stay being you, be true to yourself, and to protect your peace and stay on top of your faith. That was a lot, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.